And now my journey takes me to the port of Piraeus. So it's about 12 p.m. and I've just made my way down to the port. Now I'm only here for the day because tomorrow I head off to the islands. Now I was here 5 years ago and I found this cafe that had this amazing cake. Now it wasn't a Greek cake, it was a Snickers slice. So I've got a few things on my list that I want to see today, but I think first stop, go and see if they still got that cake. So I've waited 5 years for this, but I came back to the same cafe, Gazi College, and they got the Snickers slice I remember from the last time I came here. Let's give it a try. That's still as good as I remember. Fantastic. And I also got myself a Ferry cappuccino. Perfect afternoon. Sometimes when you're on holidays, you remember things a little different, and so the fact that this cake still tasted amazing was a win. Now, I was ready to get out and explore. Piraeus really is a fantastic city, and it's the biggest port in Greece. There are plenty of hotels, amazing restaurants, great views, and from here you can journey to Athens or take a ferry to the islands. Like much of my trip so far, I was in the middle of a heat wave, and so there was less people than normal. Alright, so first things first, I want to go and find a church that shouldn't be too far away from here. So I'm just going to head across the city towards the city centre and hopefully I can find it. The current church was built in 1979 on top of the site of the original church built in 1845. That church was destroyed in the war in 1944. During construction of this church, various ancient vases, gold coins, mosaics, inscriptions, and other objects were found. It seems no matter where you dig in Greece, you're always going to find ancient history. there's no other way to describe it than that's a really beautifully designed church. Really big as well. Now it was time to make my way to what best can be described as a shopping street, lined with numerous clothing stores and places to eat. Because I have an early start tomorrow, I'm taking a ferry to the island of Naxos. I want to make sure I know where the ferry is, and so I decided to make my way down there and make sure I knew exactly where to go in the morning. Feeling more comfortable now I got my bearings, it was time to do a little more shopping. So now I'm just at the supermarket. I want to get some supplies for the next part of the trip. Sunscreen and all that kind of stuff. And of course, I can't help but look at all the different products and foods they have here. Just random snacks that I'd love to try if I had the time, which unfortunately I don't. So now it's time to get back to my plan, and my next stop was to grab another coffee. So when I was here last time, I used to get this coffee every day that had whipped cream and something called mastica syrup. I was hoping they still had that, but they don't have the syrup anymore. But I did get this one. Still got whipped cream, but it's chocolate syrup. Looks pretty good, and I'm sure it's going to be nice and refreshing. So another day is almost done, and I wish I had more time in Piraeus. I know a lot of people stay here just for the night on their way to the islands, but I highly recommend spending at least a few days here to enjoy this different part of Greece. And now that the sun has set, the city takes on a different vibe once again, and there are a lot more people out here enjoying the cooler night air. So it's about 5:50 in the morning, dragging my suitcase behind me, which weighs about 23 kilos, my backpack, which is about 7 kilos. And yesterday I went and mapped out the route to make sure I knew exactly where I was going. And it's going to be a fun walk because it is uphill. But I think I've got plenty of time. Boat doesn't leave till 7, so fingers crossed I get there. So I got here in about 12 minutes, but the suitcase was pretty heavy. And there is a massive queue. So now we wait.